I always say it's not busy unless a grill catches fire at some point. Then you know you
That's
were
happened
busy.
recently. I thought I was good, but I think every single time that you barbecue, everyone always says, how did you make this? Especially my mom.
Private events, it feels like you're there for what you're there for. If it's a wedding, it feels like a wedding and you're part of people's special moments.
Welcome to Kitchen Tales. This is a podcast that talks about stories within the food industry, our local catering businesses. We are based in Newbury, so we talk everything to do with our town and supporting other local small businesses. How are you today, Rhona?
Very well, Colleen. You're looking lovely today.
Thank you very much.
Love your dress. Is it a dress outfit?
So it's actually a kaftan.
Yes.
And it is African inspired. It's got some Afro print. A friend actually gifted this to me, and this was made in Kenya by a small local business who probably tagged their Instagram page on our stories. And yeah, I really like it. I just decided to be a bit more colourful because, you know, the weather's starting to become a bit nice. I'm trying to wear something a bit different. So yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. It's a lovely colour.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a busy week this week. So I'm actually catering for a conference.
Yes.
It's something that I've not done before with these numbers, and we'll be catering for over 400 people throughout the weekend.
Colleen.
Yeah,
That's
so
a big one.
it's a really big one. But
Planning,
yes. Lots of planning. She's learned. So lots of planning, I'm in motion. I went to see the venue. So it's actually at an amazing venue that's within the Hertfordshire University. And it's just a beautiful space that they're using, a really well lit building. And we're essentially going to be providing some Buddha bowls to all the amazing doctors and guests that are coming to this event.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so quite a
good
busy one. So loads of planning going on this week. What are you up to this week?
I'm cooking for a party this weekend. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's so hot. It's going to be so hot this weekend. So I've got a summer party, and it's funny because they were trying to get a gazebo because they were so worried about the rain.
Yeah.
There's no chance of rain.
Yay!
Which is lovely. It's so good. So I'm putting together canapes. I'm working on it at the moment. I'm making arancini wild mushroom balls, smoked salmon on rye, prawn. One of the most popular, I think every single cocktail party that I do, they guests always go for the prawn trifo. Wow. It's so popular. It's an easy one.
I've never made that before.
You need the recipe because that is really good.
Yeah.
Flavours just work together. So lots of canapes being made. They've got 10 canapes, so having hot, cold, and some pudding ones as well.
That sounds
and the weather's going to be gorgeous.
It's always nice, isn't it?
Can't wait. It's lovely. It makes it so special because you never know about the weather, do you?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And I think it's like when the weather is nice, it just makes a party because everyone with a bit of sunshine, I always say it just makes everybody happier.
Oh, it does.
So when the weather is nice, people are not stressing about it. I did an event a couple of weeks ago and they were really worried about the rain. I was like, okay, just be calm, it'll be fine. Because no matter what, you know, everybody's just coming to celebrate you, celebrate your event, whatever party that you're putting together. It does make a difference when the weather is better. But either way, I think as us caterers, we always make sure that we always make sure that the event just goes as planned. Yes.
Well, because it's such a hot week, you know that I cook on an Aga.
Yes.
So our kitchen is absolutely roasting.
Do you have a fan in your kitchen?
I have a fan. Yes,
Yeah.
I have to. Yes, actually, and I'm turning it on and off because it can get really hot. So if it's 30 degrees outside, it would be another 10 in the kitchen.
That is crazy. Wow. Because, you know, I had not experienced working on Agas before. I'm not too sure if I've ever told you about this story where I was catering for a small wedding. It was during COVID. I don't know if you remember when we had the moment where they put like different areas into tiers.
Yes.
And part of Newbury. So we were in the tier where you can't go anywhere, you can't move around. And this event was Hampshire, so close to where you live.
Yeah.
And Hampshire, I think, was okay.
Yeah.
You were able to mix around with up to 10 people, something like that.
Yeah.
So the event was there, and the place that they'd booked was an Airbnb place. I was going to be cooking there, and they turned off the Aga.
Oh, no.
And I was due to come the next day.
Oh, no.
Only realised the Aga was off when I turned up.
So what did you do?
We ended up doing a back and forth from my flat, cooking things, and I was meant to be cooking a 7-hour lamb joint. Oh, no. Ended up doing a back and forth. It was pretty stressful, but everyone was fed at the end. Everyone was fed. So I'm so scared about August now when people turn off and how they work, everything. Do you find that it actually cooks pretty consistently?
I love it. I love cooking on an Aga. Things are different. Some, like a jacket potato is totally different in an Aga or slow cooked. There's so many different ways of cooking, but it does lose its heat.
So you need to make sure that it's done right.
Yes. But talking about summer, entertaining, we do have a guest today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, and I'd like to introduce Z, who is a freelance personal chef.
Oh, yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
Is that the correct way of saying it?
Yeah, that's how I think of it. I suppose I could also think of it as like a consultant chef if you want. I like that. So I like that title. But it's good to be here finally.
Tell us a bit more about you, Z, and how you cooking, your experience, how you started in the business.
Yeah. So initially, I was not really planning to be in catering at all, right? So just done the typical box ticking thing, went to university, studied a bit of marketing, and was on that trajectory. But it wasn't something I enjoyed that much. So during the whole postgraduate thing, looking for a job type thing, I was like, well, I do like to cook, so maybe I'll work in food for a bit. And it's just stuck. It just stuck. I was like, okay, this seems like it really, because when it came down to focus on trying to do something else, I was like, oh no, I quite enjoy this. So that's kind of how that transition happened, and then started working for a few independent small restaurants here and there.
In Newbury?
No, not in Newbury. Oh God, all over really. So Hertfordshire, mainly. So places like Watford mainly, and also did a lot of agency stuff, so all over the place, to be very honest. And then so had some experiences working through different restaurants, variety of things, and then but ended up working in grill houses, and that was something that really I enjoyed. It's a pressure. It's a unique pressure. I would say, because it's like anytime you speak to someone who is a grill chef or works in a place, it's almost like a nod of and I know, but it's different. It's not exactly the same as other types of service, because it is live cooking. Most restaurants you go to, they might, they do the mise en place, and they have the things, and then it's more heat assemble and you cook the odd thing. But with that, it's always live cooking, and so it's one of those things. Many years of doing that, and so. Now we're here.
And of course, something I didn't mention, you are Colleen's partner as well.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
So you work together?
Yes, we do. So we do a lot of events together. Many events. Well, the whole hooray of events, I suppose. I would say my favorites are weddings. I quite like a wedding. I like the structure of it. They're quite structured, aren't they? You know what's there. You know how many people. It's almost a little bit. It's just you just get cooking. I enjoy those. I like those. But doing people's special days is also really good. Like the birthdays, because you feel like you were there for for a really intimate, meaningful moment, which, as opposed to when you're working in restaurants, sometimes it feels like you're just, kind of pumping out multiple meals. But, with these, it feels like you're there for something really special and significant,
And it's lovely to see their faces and how happy they are. Yes, I would probably say the same. It's just lovely to see a celebration and how happy they are, and giving them that service and, the thank yous and everything. Yes.
You feel like you're there for something really important.
Yeah. Yes.
And are you helping Colleen this weekend for the conference?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's a busy week, like she said.
Very busy.
So yes, I am.
Yes.
So I think it's for how many days?
So it's over 3 days, and you're helping on one of the days because Aziz freelance. He also works and helps out other chefs as well. So he's helping on the big day, and it's going to be a big day because we've got the conference in the day, and then in the evening he's going to be barbecuing for another event that we're doing.
Yeah.
Because as he's already mentioned, his experience doing grills in restaurants and things like that. One thing, I might be biased, but I think Z is amazing on the barbecue.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
that's
skill,
one of the things. It is a skill. Because I thought I was good. But I think every single time that you barbecue, everyone always says, how did you make this? Especially my mom. She's like, how did you get the meat to be so soft? But I think with a lot of our cooking, usually from Zimbabwean cooking, we tend to overcook the meat on the barbecue. And then when we've had these barbecues, everything is just cooked perfectly. Tender, everything. What is your most favorite thing to cook on the barbecue, Z?
My most favorite thing to cook will always probably be any type of steak. And I'm only saying that because I do like a lamb steak too. So it's not just all about beef, but I do like a lamb steak. And recently did a few what are they called? The short rib.
Yeah, short rib.
Short ribs on the grill. I hadn't really done that definitely not from just raw on grill as much in life.
Do you marinate all your meats?
Yeah. Yes. So ideally
that's
you want
tender. So how to make it tender?
Yeah. You really kind of don't want to give away all my secrets.
Yes.
But but you kind of want to marinate for longer. And if for stuff like beef, especially, if for as long as possible, the better. It just depends with, I'm not very versed with the science of it all, but it just depends with the tissue of the meat and stuff. But what Colleen was saying, which is something that I think we all can relate to, is when you're talking about barbecuing at home and just in general, when you're doing something for yourself and a small select few people, it's totally different when you enter it's like technically a professional thing and you have to feed so many people. Because I always think that's the difference between chef, caterers and your normal nan cooking at home, because she just cooks for the people she loves for fun, and it comes out, it's like that. But there isn't that pressure of okay, today is a Friday, I don't want to be cooking. There's the pressure of people are paying me to do this, and it's become like a business, a job or whatever, and you've got to pump out a lot of it. I think that's the thing that makes us what we are, and why I think a regular person couldn't do it, because I think people don't understand. I cook at home, you cook at work. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference, because before I was in the food industry, I cooked at home, but I remember getting a kitchen environment, I was just like, I can't do this. Everything goes out the window, and you also have to have that one palette thing of kind of knowing what would fit every palette.
And of course, you're cooking for big numbers sometimes.
Yeah.
How many would you on a grill? So on a barbecue, how many is your max? How many have you catered for?
So, hundreds, I suppose. Hundreds, yeah. And
you've got to get it right.
You've got to get it right, but at the same time, you've got to. It can be demanding because you've got to get it right, but at the same time, the equipment you're working with, like we said, it's live cooking. So the equipment you're working in, I would say it's not busy unless a grill catches fire at some point. Then you were busy.
That's happened recently.
Yeah, it's happened recently. It's happened
when we did the Afro event. He was on. He was on the grill.
Catches fire. Because obviously you're grilling so much and just you can brush and clean and whatever, but the oil just stays stagnant. So it's about keeping an eye on stuff like that and making sure you kind of anticipate it, because it happens. It's common, and you kind of anticipate stuff like that. But those are the little things that I just differentiate from just doing it at home and doing it professionally.
So always have a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, and a fire blanket.
And a fire blanket just to be ready.
Throw it on top. Yeah.
So I always think, Z, you're quite calm in comparison to me when it comes to situations, especially when it's really busy.
Yeah.
And you always find, how do you do that? What makes you so calm? Because I think I stress quite a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can actually distract me from getting things done. How do you deal under pressure, I guess is the question. When there's a lot of pressure, either timing wise, how do you deal with that?
Timing wise, I think it's different approaches for everyone. I think there's two things. I think one thing I was taught early is to just, if you think the food is really going to be that good with timing, just focus on making the food great. So yes, it might take a little bit longer, whatever, but you know that the person having it is going to be so satisfied with the product. And if you focus more on that, in my opinion, you're okay, because it doesn't matter how long you wait. If the food got there and it was fantastic, everything, all your sins are absolved. So I always think that's kind of what usually I try and focus on, especially if it's a timing thing. You kind of want to think, okay, we've already lost the time battle. Let's make this amazing. And, and that everything's forgiven. So I think that's one thing. And then the second thing is, because I suppose the thing is things going wrong, and just realizing once they've gone wrong, they've gone wrong. So you've just got to, carry on, and because there's not much you can do besides, just carry on and be calm. And literally those are the two things I think in my mind, if it's gone wrong, it's gone wrong. So we just
good attitude.
It is. I struggle with that. I start thinking, what should I have done? I want to problem solve immediately and try and I think that's where it's like, okay, that's already happened. Let's move on. Yeah. So it's like, I think that's why we work really well together. It's a really good balance
for the two of you. So you're the one who keeps Colline calm.
Yes.
And I think it's always good you have to review it the day after. In the moment, you still got mouths to feed. Yes. You still got to keep going on. It's not the time for reviewing it or improving it. You've still got more people to feed. So you kind of have to try and get through this. And then tomorrow you can totally overhaul everything, and that really helps.
Yeah, doesn't it? So both Rhona and I, we've just always worked in running our catering businesses. We've never worked in restaurants and things like that. Do you now have a preference from working in restaurants for many years and now sort of the catering? Do you have
Definitely.
Do you have a preference? What do you?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, doing private events is so much better. It's a little. You're there for a significant reason. It's always a good vibe to an extent because people are coming for this thing. Going out to eat, people go out to eat for any kind of reason on any kind of day. So I was speaking to a friend the other day, and we were saying how it feels like life and death in restaurant scenarios. It's life and death and all the rest of it. But private events, it feels like you're there for what you're there for. If it's a wedding, it feels like a wedding, and you're part of people's special moments. So I definitely enjoy that a lot more, and it's always a better vibe because, like I said, everyone's there to usually celebrate something, even a funeral, I suppose. They celebrate someone's life. So I definitely prefer that.
Yes. And not so much pressure.
Yes.
Because you're not in the kitchen at all hours.
Definitely. Well, I suppose you still are in the kitchen at all hours, but it's different.
Yes, it's different. You can have a break afterwards.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us, Z.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
That flew by.
So, Rhona, what are you having for dinner tonight?
What am I having for dinner tonight? I'm having chili con carne tonight. I usually tend to make a batch of it, so I've actually made it fresh. I actually made it yesterday, so I made it yesterday, and whatever we don't eat tonight, I'll put the remaining in the freezer with some tacos as well. Nice. And then I always have to have coriander with it.
Yeah,
coriander. You
that
agree?
makes sense.
Coriander and some cheese.
Yummy.
Love coriander. I love her.
I really do. Yes. I mean, it's a hit and miss for most people, isn't it? Some people really like coriander, other people don't. I don't get why anyone doesn't like it.
No, I really like coriander. Coriander is one of my favourites.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And Z, you have tonight?
So I am having very exciting but very boring at the same time. So a little roast, a little chicken roast, yeah, with some potatoes, broccoli, carrot type of thing. Yeah, like I said, boring but exciting.
You're cooking. You've been cooking, so yes.
Yeah, hopefully it should be delicious.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Colline?
I'm having the same because he's cooking.
Of course.
Yeah, right. Right. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
So we're gonna have a roast.
Yeah, right.
And I like a roast on a random day. Right. So it's really good. It's not a Sunday. So it's really good to have a roast on any day.
Right. Yeah. Do you guys speak about desserts? So we're gonna have to move to.
Do you know we don't?
We don't.
Right.
Do you know we don't? And actually, there's we on the last podcast that I think it was the last one or the one before. Yeah. We were talking about pistachio, and you brought in that toothpaste.
Yes, I did.
So my daughter bought, and I'm seeing it now. Ever since then, I'm seeing all this pistachio on everything. So my daughter bought some Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Pistachio. Haagen-Dazs is doing pistachio.
Oh my goodness me! I think I consumed the whole tub over the weekend.
Okay, so we're going to get that.
Yeah, that has to be the way.
I don't do that.
Wow. Okay, Haagen-Dazs pistachio ice cream. We are leaving this place and going to get that immediately.
Yeah, I think you need to start asking what people are having for desserts. If people are still having, I feel like it's a bit of a taboo having a dessert nowadays. But yeah, people are still doing that.
Yes. I think we need to. Yes. We need to start asking people what they're having for dessert.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Zee, for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone wants to find us, remember to find us on our Instagram, Kitchen Tales, and you can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, or anywhere where you listen to your podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.